Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video we'll be talking about Lab 9b, which is implementation of Azure Container Instances. So coming to Azure Container Instances, it is a service that enables a developer to deploy containers on the Microsoft Azure public cloud without having the provision or manage any underlying infrastructure. So this is a definition for Azure Container Instances. So coming to the tasks, you can see there is two different tasks that we'll be performing in this video. So the first one would be deploying a Docker image by using the container instances. That is the task one. And coming to the task 2, we'll be doing the functionality of the Azure Container Instance that we deployed in the task 1. So let's go ahead and start. So first let's go to the search bar and here type container instance. So you can see there is a container instances. Click that. And right now we don't have any, so let's go ahead and create one. So select the appropriate subscription. In this case it's subscription 1 for me. And coming to the resource group, let's create a new one. So create one, and let me add the resource group name here. So you can directly add the resource group here, or you can first create the resource group and then start creating the container. But this is a simple process, so you can proceed this way, but it depends on your option. Coming to the container name, let me add that name too, according to the architecture that we have seen. So where is it? Okay, yeah. So you can see, according to the architecture, we have given the container name, which is AZ104 9bc1, and accordingly we have given the resource name. So if you go back, I'll be using EastUS, and I'll just leave availability zones to none. And coming to image source, let's select the quick start images, and in the image section, I guess this is the one, yeah. So it's already here, so you can select accordingly, but for this lab we'll be using this particular image. So to know more about it, you can directly read here, like what's image and stuff, and the size as well. So this is the size for that. And now let's go next to the networking. So in the networking section, so here we have a DNS name label. So let's give a unique name here, so you can see the difference between public, private, and none. So coming to the public, we'll create a public IP address for the container instance, which we'll be doing for this lab. So coming to the private, will allow you to choose a new or existing virtual network for your container instance. This is not yet available for this Windows container. Okay, none. Will not create either public or a virtual network. You will need to still be able to access your container logs using the command line. Cool. So now we'll be going with the public. So let's add a name. So it's there. Just add this. So you just need to be unique. So I just gave container MRT. So I guess that should be the one. For instance, if you get any error here, make sure you change the name. So I think everything is good. So let's go ahead and review and create. Well, you can go to the advanced options and check more about it, but it's not in scope for this lab, so I'm just creating it. So however, the validation will be passed. So once it is done, we'll go to the task 2. So if you remember, we have given public, so it can be accessed. So we will be having a public IP and the domain that we have created, which is container MRT, and we have to find FQDN, which is a fully qualified domain name, and then we can paste it in the web page and we can access that. So let me create first. So it's in the process. So once it is done, the next task 2 is review the functionality of the Azure Container Instance that we have created here. So meanwhile it's processing. Meanwhile, let's go to the resource group, and you can see our resource group has been created. So you can click that resource group, and while it's taking some time, let's refresh. So it's done. Let's go to that resource. So this is our container that we have created, and here you can see there is FQDN, which is fully qualified domain name, and you can see the name here. This is what we have created, the container MRT, and it's in East-US, and which is Azure Container. So let's copy and let's try to paste it in our browser. So since it has been just created, so I think it's taking some time, and once you're done, you can see some beautiful graphs. So based on the load, okay, so I'm getting error. So I believe since it's still loading, it's still taking some time. If I go to containers, where is it? You can check the relevant logs. So port 80. Status is running. So let's go to the overview. So pretty much you can see some graphs here. Meanwhile, let's copy and paste again. There you go. So well, it took some time, but in the end we were successfully able to see the web page. Welcome to Azure Container Instance. So it's working perfectly. And meanwhile, if we go back to the containers and if we check the logs, you can see the logs have been generated. So this is how you can check the logs, and you can verify the entries. You can see HTTP GET request. So yeah, this is how you have to verify your logs. So I hope you guys have understood the concept, and the final thing that we'll be doing is cleaning up the resources. For that, we'll be opening our Cloud Shell, and if this is the first time for you, usually there will be a storage which you just need to be clicking accept and move further. And according to the commands, you have to shift. So if that is a PowerShell, you have to use the PowerShell, and if that is a bash, you have to go ahead with the bash. So since we are dealing with the PowerShell, so I'll be using that command. So the first one is done, and let's add the second command. So now it will be deleted. So pretty much that's it for now. I hope you guys have understood the concept of implementing Azure Container Instance. So if you like the video, please click the like button below, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel, and please share the video. Thank you.